All right, comrades, we got a very special customer interview with you guys today. I brought my boy Jericho Carrada. You might know him as Jerry Cuts on TikTok and Instagram to join us. Now, Jericho has had an incredible story over the last 12 months. So Jericho joined Elevated Mentorship Program, I think it was like 12 months ago in December 2023. And then in December 2024, he hit his first 20K month. And last 12 months overall, he was doing about 8K per month. I think charging about $60, now up to $100 cut, making 20K per month. So I guess, Jericho, before we kind of dive into obviously like your growth, what you've learned in like side of scaling a business in Houston, Texas, kind of take me through like your journey to even become a barber in the first place.
Man, so barbering was actually something accidental. I'm an immigrant, born in Philippines, moved to America. I was in Chicago 2006, and I had to learn English myself with immigrant parents and stuff. And my mom worked as a nurse. It's a typical Filipino thing for moms usually to be nurses. So that's usually what they push their kids to become as well, right? So that I had the conception of maybe I'll do healthcare when I get older, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And my dad, he always took me to barbershops and like not even barbershops, like over there in Chicago. It wasn't like downtown, it was in like suburban. We got haircuts at like sports clips, great clips, and I always hated getting haircuts with him because he would always take me to those places. And one day he just popped up out of nowhere and bought some clippers from Walmart. And he acted like it was like a chore for me. He was like, "Hey, you're cutting my hair now." And I'm like, "Oh, fine." But eventually I got better at it, right? And during this time, man, I was 16 years old and YouTube, I'm 27, right? So YouTube at that time didn't have any tutorials the way it did by now. So I had to learn but he literally said, read the directions in the box. And it was insane. But I guess I was naturally gifted because messing him up, he said, you'll get better at it. But yeah, so it didn't become a career till 2021. So that's a long time.
Interesting. Okay, so like you were cutting your dad up. Like did you start like obviously like everyone else, like did you start like just like offering haircuts to your friends? You kind of started building your clientele that way organically.
Yeah, in Chicago, it was high school friends. I used to dance, break dance and stuff.
Yeah.
And my crew was like, "Hey, bro, let's go hang out." And I was like, "I have to do something real quick." They're like, "What are you doing, bro?" I'm like, "I have to cut my dad's hair." So it wasn't even like something I wanted to do. And they were like, "You cut hair? Cut my hair." So we would be in the bathroom chopping it up. Everybody knows that story in the beginning, right? So, I was never bad. I was never horrible. And I knew I had a natural talent at it. But the best part wasn't cutting hair. It was like the camaraderie, the interaction. And that was the best part of my job. And even till today, I don't think I'm passionate at cutting hair. I know it's weird. I tell my clients that and they're like, "What?" But bro, like cutting hair is my tool. And I love being able to help people and like, get in a deeper level with them. And that's a way to just sit back, relax. And at the end of the day, everyone's happy. So that's the thing about barbering that, I love about this industry is being able to you make it what you want it to be, basically. If you want it to be a job, it will be.
And so like obviously you scale like you started like getting more clients and your buddies probably telling their friends and stuff like
For
that.
free.
Yeah, for free.
I was
So
cutting
like
it for free.
like when you were in high school, then did you go to college or did you just like go right into barber school?
So here's my story. So right when I graduated, my parents, right before graduation, a couple months before, my mom lost her job. And during this time, like she was the main provider for our household. And there was a time where they weren't really taking accountability of their mistakes and they kind of blamed me for everything. Like in this situation, I was dating a girl who they didn't approve of. It was a different religion. Religion is really big in our family. And she was a different religion, so they didn't approve of her. And I remember getting a phone call. My dad was just like, "Hey, your mom lost her job. Like you need to, like we can't afford the house. We're gonna need to move to somewhere we can afford it, and it's all your fault." And during that time, like I was in a very dark place. Hearing that and then like not knowing what I wanted to do, I ended up finding a place where I could sleep at someone's basement for a couple months while they moved to Houston. So right after graduation, they forced me because they needed the car. And now I'm in Houston as a 17-year-old. They're asking me, "So what's your plan?" Very dark place in my life during that time. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just know that I love my parents too much to blame them. And I wanted to make them proud of me. But it was a lot of growth that I had to do in order for me to do that. And I was just such in a dark path. And I think that barbering actually saved my life. I think that barbering saved my life because like it brought me to a place where it was the first thing I was good at. It was the first thing that I actually felt like I had to, like, I was so bad at it. Not bad, bro, but I was like not the best at it to the point where I actually felt like I belonged in the people who were good. And then now I feel like, wow, people are looking up to me. And I'm like, I don't even think I'm that good, you know? So this is the first year, 2024, that 26, like I was 16, at 27 was the first year where I felt like I'm not bad. Wow, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I had to tell myself that. And it's crazy. I never want to say I'm the best, you know, because there's no room for improvement. But I finally feel like I'm good enough. And I think this interview is proving to me like, wow, if you have a goal and you really stick to it and you really have a purpose of why, and it's a natural and it's not like a selfish goal. You know, my goal is to make my parents proud. Bro, cutting hair during the pandemic, that's what really took it off in my career. Because that's when I was cutting for free. And nobody was cutting hair. So the whole neighborhood, I was cutting everybody. Dude, I was cutting like, 5 people a day for free. And I'm like, dude, I should start charging. Because nobody was cutting hair there during that time. And I was like, please wear a mask, you know. I was cutting in my parents' house. And at one point, they were like, you can't cut in the house. You got to go in the garage. So now I'm in the garage. I'm cutting like 5 people for free, like every day for free. And I'm just like, dude, I got to start charging. So I started charging like $5 and then 5 to 10. And then everyone around me, man. So that's the story of that's how I really picked up on barbering. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of went on a ram.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a crazy story as well too. Like having to move, obviously.
Yeah.
And that the fact that you were like doing that many haircuts for free still at
Yeah,
that point in time,
bro. Because
and
the thing is, that money. You know, I didn't think so. Barbering in Philippines is not a career thing that people do.
Yeah.
It's a passion thing, right?
Yeah.
So to tell my parents I want to be a barber was not like a plan of mine. And I did kind of mention it, and they were like, yeah, but you could still do school at the same time, you know? And it took them forever to kind of see me as good enough. And honestly, joining the program, it really made me feel like it's the first thing that I actually like planned for, you know? Because being a barber wasn't a plan. Like being good at cutting hair wasn't a plan. Like I was just I'm just me, you know? And people gravitated towards me. It took me this amount of time to realize, wow, they're not just coming because of me. They're coming because of my skill that I like built, you know? So that's something that I really had to realize, like, I am good. Like, I am good enough. Like, I came in at a place of insecurity, but now it's coming from a place of, like, inspiration.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, real quick. We had to go and get Jericho some headphones real quick. The audio was going in and out on us. But anyways, I guess Jericho, so obviously, again, too, like, you went into, you were cutting at the house, scaled up that way. Like obviously you got into a barbershop eventually, right? You're still cutting at the house, correct?
During pandemic, it was my parents' garage, and then when I got married, we moved into an apartment, converted one of the studies into a barber like studio, and I was just cutting people I knew. Obviously, it's my place, right? Which is fine, but safety. You don't want to cut strangers, right? So I was cutting the same consistent people. And during that time, I was cutting, I was posting, but I didn't know why I was posting. I was just posting just because I thought that's what barbers did. I was trying to be good enough to the next barber. I was trying to impress other barbers. That's something that I learned in this program, that separate yourself from trying to please people to like please the people paying you. Please the people in your chair. Like post content not for barbers but for clients, and that's when your business grows.
Yeah, interesting. So like you've been you're cutting the house right now. You basically had to run your whole business then, because like obviously there's no walk-ins coming into your business. It's literally just the amount of new clients you're getting.
Right.
So before you got into the program, how many new clients were you typically seeing? Like I guess like a month or per week for yourself?
I was booked up, but new clients, bro, like it was word of mouth. Yeah. Honestly, looking back at it now, I think my clients gatekeeped me. I don't think they wanted people to know. I think I was like that hidden gem. They're like, oh man, if he knows his worth, he's never gonna, So looking back at it now, I'm like, why didn't y'all like put me out there? Like, I don't know, man.
I think it's always my belief too, dude. Like, it's like, I always take like ultra responsibility. Like, it's not on them to tell other people. It's on me as the business owner to like push the business forward, right? And so I always have to be like, well, what am I doing to actually get this thing going? So you were doing that, and you said you were booked out. And obviously, like, you were able to grow the business, like, in your home studio to 8K per month. Now, I know for a lot of barbers, right? That's a great business right there, right? You make 8K per month, working from home, being like, you have your own thing, you're booked out. Like, I think the biggest thing I would want you to like even like talk about right here is like, then if you were at that level, why did you even like look even to join the elevated mentorship program to look to get some help? Because obviously like you were doing good on your own. Why'd you even like looking to get help overall? It wasn't sustainable.
Dude, I had to work from early in the morning and I would have to cut like 10 plus people a day. You could do that for maybe a season, you know, but you'll get sick, you'll get, you lose track of sleep. All that stuff like happens in the background and it's not sustainable in my eyes. Especially, I think the moment where I realized I needed help was when I found out we were having a baby. So my wife and I, we got married, that's why we went to the apartment. And when we found out we're pregnant, we she said, "Hey, no more cutting at the apartment." And that, I was like, "Yes, ma'am," safety.
Mm-hmm.
But I was stressing because if I go to a real place, I would have to pay rent, two rents, right? The apartment and then the new studio. But I was like, damn, I need. So this is good for right now. In addition to a wife, ooh, in addition to a kid, oh, okay. Like that 8K goes by, So that's something that, and we had debt from the wedding.
Mm.
Like we had a huge wedding. We did it in not huge, but like very grand wedding in Italy because I love her and that's where she was born at.
Yeah.
So we didn't even count how much debt we had. That's how bad it was. But during this time, bro, everyone around me was saying like, "Wow, dude, you're living the dream." Like all my clients, right? They're like, "Dude, you have the best job. You're making this amount of money," and they're like, "Wow, $50 an hour. That's great, bro." In my head, I'm like, "Thank you," but like I can't even complain because like I felt like that's when my friends kind of push. I kind of pushed a lot of people away because I was just like I couldn't relate to you anymore. Like my problems are different. So I was stuck, kind of like thinking like, "Dang, I got this far accidentally. Imagine if I actually like had a plan." And that's where EM came in because during that time. I just moved into the studio, right? December of 2023. I was charging 50. And the reason why I charged 60 is because right when I did the interview and onboarding, they were like, "Oh, dude, you're booked. You need to raise your prices." So that's why I
Mm.
started charging 60. But honestly, charging 60, like from 50 to 60 was so much scarier to me than going from like 75 to 100. Isn't that
Why
crazy?
is that? Why is that?
Because I knew that I could trust this. Like I knew I could trust the mentorship. I knew I could trust my coach, And during that time, I didn't trust anyone but me. So for me to raise my price, I was like, "Oh, I feel bad for my clients." And then one of the coaches, he told me, "Bro, like separate your business to your friends and your family, like separate that. Like that you're too emotional." I think it was you
Mm.
actually. But you were like, emotion's good, but like don't be emotional about your business because if you're not running your business is running you. So
Yeah.
that's when I had to really believe in myself and be like, "You know what? I did it when I did it from 50 to 60. I broke the business down, but I rebuilt it back up stronger. 75 to 100, let's do it. So it's just scary to raise your prices, but if you have the right strategy, you actually have a plan. And this program is what I needed. I was such a my mind was everywhere, but this really put me straight. Like, dude, this is what we're doing in the next 3 months. This is what we're doing in the next 6 months. And bro, in 12 months, I doubled my income. I doubled everything, and I couldn't believe I actually did it. Like, I'm still growing, and this is not the final goal anymore, because
Yeah.
obviously I know that I can hit goals now. But yeah, dude, like you're super inspiring to me, and I didn't think this was real, like really, I didn't think this was possible. I think a lot of people who's gonna be watching this video will be thinking like, man, all they care about is money. The thing that really hit me when I joined the program, I was watching all this stuff, is you talking about like your personal life when you had a loss of your family member
Hmm.
and you made it a point to like live your life because it's too short. Like what you're doing right now, that's cool, but like it goes like this. Life just goes like that. And it made me realize, dude, like, I started reading books because of the this program. I started reading a lot of books and a lot of these books kind of just it helps you learn through other people. And I'm learning so much through everybody in the community and learning that I do belong. Like that's the biggest like lesson that I had to teach myself. Like I belong, and if I work hard, like I deserve to be here. It's not luck. It wasn't luck, it was because I worked hard. And that's something I learned in this program for sure.
Yeah, I'm a big believer. It's like you get out what you put in. Obviously, it's like inputs, outputs. There's always an equal. There's always a reaction to any action that you take. So whether that's again to you just cut hair, you don't create content. Well, the reaction to that is like probably not going to be getting as many new clients in overall, right? Or you can take the content. Reaction is like you might get some new clients, but you also might not if we're not doing the correct thing. So I always like to play with relationships like that as well too, of like what my actions are. Now, I guess for you, man, like obviously you had a huge uptick in your growth, right? I really want to go to like, cause like it was basically we're recording this December 31st, 2024 still. Wasn't it this month when you were able to hit like a 20K month in a 30-day time span, correct?
Yes.
Take me through like when you realized you like did the math and you realized you did hit a 20K month overall. Like what was going through your head overall?
I just couldn't believe it. I just didn't think it would happen this fast. I knew I could do it. I just
Mhm.
didn't think it could happen this fast. Yeah, I just got back from vacation and I was watching that video where you said, comrades, like it's towards the end of the year. Like this is the time to really go, like go hard. So I was like, yes, sir. You know what I mean? Like I watch those things, man. I'm probably the first one
Yeah.
to watch them. But yeah, dude, like that fires me up and I'm like, yes, sir. Like okay, we had a win yesterday. Are we gonna win today? Are we gonna win tomorrow? Like keep winning, because you could do it. And when I hit that, I'm like, hell yeah, next, like let's do it. Like it wasn't like hell yeah, I'm done, relax.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It was like because I got this far, you know. So yeah, celebrating as I go. That's it's the best thing, man. Like I felt amazing, but at the same time, it's like I bet like lock in. Like that book, Relentless, was something I'm like, dude, that's I can't believe like I'm not the only one that thinks like that right now. You know, like that
I
book is
guess for you,
great.
like, what is like one piece of advice that you wish you had received earlier in like your career overall?
Hmm.
And like if you had received it, how do you think it would have changed your path overall?
Track. I think the biggest thing this program helped me build is tracking, dude. I didn't even count how much money I was making. I was scared of taxes. I was scared of like most barbers are, you know, like we don't really count because we're afraid that if we count, it's not enough. And it really puts the business to your face like, oh, dude, I spent so much to like this month. You know, I made this much, I spent that much. How much is really at the left, like what's left in your bank account, really, you know? I was like lying to myself. I don't know. Maybe I was afraid. I was afraid. Yeah, I was afraid. I would say biggest advice I could tell myself, or like if I knew it, I think I would grow more, was like stop lying. And I think we lie to ourselves thinking we're good, or we lie to ourselves thinking we're fine. We're not. And that's okay. Like if you're a loser, it's okay, like be a loser and be yourself. But the thing is like how far is that gonna get you, you know? Like stop lying to yourself, stop lying to people around you. I think I was just super afraid. But there's really nothing to be afraid of because the thing is like that fear should scare you to grow. You know what I'm saying? So I think I needed that. I'm the type of person to like wait till last minute until I like, oh crap, there's no point of return. I think it's like my ADHD or something. I feel like I need to go to get diagnosed, but I'll get that in the future. But for
You don't need that. You
but
don't need that at all.
for now, the thing that remember Apex, we said blinders, right? Because
Yeah.
my
Blinders,
energy is
man.
like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Because like I've always been this. I'm still me. Something that I told myself in the beginning of the program: don't sell your soul. What does that
Yeah.
mean? Like, don't change who you are. Like, I literally had a friend in Chicago. I like my best friend started to cut with, and he's like, "Really, bro? Deluxe? I don't know, man. Like that dude, he's like, he seems weird to me." I'm like, you're the one that put me on him. Like this is when he was still doing like the videos, you know what I mean? Like in
Yeah. Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
knew who you were because of him, but then he's like, they're charging way too much here. And I was like, and this is before I told him, like I actually already paid for it.
Mhm.
And then I had to hit him with the, would you look at me different if I did that? And he was just like, no, I don't think you would though. And I was just like, but the thing is now he understands it's not because I'm money hungry. It wasn't because I just wanted money for the sake of having money. Money's a tool, the same way barbering's a tool. It's all for what it's up to you. For me, it's for my family, for my daughter to have a better life than any of us had. And for when I get old, I want my grandkids literally to say like my grandpa did this, you know?
Mm.
So it's more than me, it's generational for me. Because I feel like nobody did that to me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told me, think not only today, think not only your life, you know, think ahead. I feel like if somebody told me that, I would have been like, holy crap, we don't have enough time. I need to start today. So if somebody told me, bro, life goes by like that, and like if you died today, did you live the life you wanted? Really? Come on now, like let's go, you know? So
Yeah. I guess for you, Jericho, right? Like I'm super big on like habits, routines, and make sure you're getting like really good discipline overall, right? What like take yourself back to like the before you started working in the EM, and obviously where you're at right now. What habits or disciplines or routines did you have to change or implement or add into or even remove to get to where you're at right now? Because I think that'll add a lot of value to somebody who's listening who might have been in your same situation, who's stuck, frustrated, deep down they know they like, hey, look, I'm not in a good position. What did you really have to change overall in that sense?
scheduling, having a purpose of your time. I think joining Apex, that's what really made me organized because you talked to me about time blocking. It's crazy how we just talked about that recently, but
Yeah.
you talked to me that early on and you told me about the whole thing. And I was watching everybody doing the the time blocking stuff. I'm like, bro, he taught me this so long ago. And I implemented that. And I think that's why I hit 20K.
No shit.
Literally. I
Yeah.
literally went in my things and I'm like, when do I have time to study? When do I have time to edit? I really don't when you really put it in the calendar and you get to see that. So when you actually have an intention for this specific time to do this specific thing, because I'm all in. So if I'm all into being lazy. You know what I mean? And I'm all
Yeah.
into scrolling, right?
Yeah.
th- Let me tell you a story. I'm doing everything on my own, right? So no editors, nothing. So I have a baby. She just turned 8 months. During the 4 month or halfway in, I go home, and I'm working still from like 7 in the morning till maybe 7 at night, and that's a long time away. And but the thing is, I come home and I'm like, okay, I spent time with baby. I still need to edit. Okay, I didn't block off a time. I'm just doing it. And then I'm like, she's sitting on by my lap area, and I'm on my phone. And then my girl, I didn't see her looking at me, but she was. And then I didn't realize this until like she puts her to sleep. She goes in the back of the room. She's like, hey, I need to talk to you. I was like, what's up, babe? She's like, you barely looked at her. I didn't. Damn. Like, because I do everything for her, right? My daughter. And I didn't even like, yeah, I was there physically. Where was I? So I was like, dude, I can't be bringing work home, or it's family time, it's family time. If it's work, it's work. Stop mixing it all up. And I think that's what I really had to lock in order for me to actually go. Because maybe this advice wouldn't work for everybody. It definitely works for me. Like, I'm an all-in type of guy. I can't multitask, but if I have one task, bro, let's go.
Yeah. Done deal.
But that's
Yeah.
bad if you're not disciplined. So I'm disciplined if I have a plan. And that's what
Yeah.
I lacked. And that's what I love about having a mentor and having like somebody tell you that, is because it takes away the feeling of like responsibility. If you failed, it's like, all right, you coach me bad. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, but if you
Yeah.
failed, it's you. Like, damn. But I guess if it's not your business, you're less emotional, right? So you can actually see facts, right? And you can say like, hey, you're not posting this amount, or hey, you're not making enough time for this. Like, this is why you're not growing. And it's so true. Like, we got to stop lying to ourselves, thinking we're good when we're not, right? Even when you're good, you're not. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's good. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I think it, like, again too. I know you talked about that right there because we got on time blocking a little bit, and you said I don't know if it would apply to everybody. Personally, dude, I mean, like, working with like a lot of barbers, I think like not even just I think everyone needs to like take better care of their time. I mean, like, go back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, dude, this thing's fucking short, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, time go like, dude, like, think about 5 years ago. It went by
Mm-hmm.
really quickly,
Mm-hmm.
right? 10 years ago, super quick. I mean, dude, I just turned 31. I can remember when I was 21, right?
For
It went
sure.
by super quick. It's like you got to be able to manage your time, dude. Especially when I was like cutting hair, like the days just kind of like they kind of like fold over in each other. It's just like the weeks like are the
Mm-hmm.
same year in year
It's
out.
New
It's like
Year's again. Like, dang. Like.
right, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's New Year's again. So it's like you have to take care of the time that you have because like once it's gone, it's gone. Like you can always make more money. Exactly, I love what you said because I'm always a big believer in like, dude, money's a tool that helps you build the life that you want to live, or
Mm-hmm.
help other people, or help your loved ones, or help your children, help future generations. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, dude, the time thing, it's like so it's finite. Like once it's gone, you can't make it back at all. So
Mm-hmm. What I
yeah,
tell my clients and like the people around me, it's like, bro, if we live in the multiverse, are you the best you? And then they're like, dang, huh? And then they're like, what about you? I'm like, yeah, I'm the best me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you got like again, and you should always be reflecting on that. Like, dude, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I really, or even if I'm at that top level, am I really? If I'm here, am I really at that top level, or am I really like dropping the ball right here at the end of the day? You know?
Like, did you really try? Like, that's the question that only you can answer. You can say, oh yeah, I tried, but it's worse than what you tried last time. Like, so maybe trying is not the word. It's like, be better than, even if it's 1%. I know you're big on that.
Super big, dude. It's on the freaking iPhone, right? 1% better.
And it sounds cliche, but dude, it's true. I guess I was comparing myself to other barbers. You get into a loop when like a dark place when you're like people around you are succeeding. Especially like say like you're in the program already and you're looking at the wins and you maybe didn't have a good month. But I think the biggest thing is reflection on you. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself what you won on and did you earn that win? And I think that's something that I had to really focus on. Like I had to separate like thinking I have no time now. I really don't have time. I go to work, I go home, that's all I do. And I go to the gym, I go to church, and that's my life. But I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
so peaceful. Like, and the thing is, like, no one knows my plans. I can go on vacation and I block off that time. People think I'm just booked because I'm usually am booked. It's amazing because the new clients that are coming in, because I was so focused on like pleasing my previous clients, but back in the garage, back in the apartment, that I wasn't looking forward for anything. It was just like, what now? I think I worked so hard to reach the top of the mountain, and you reach the top and you're just like, there's more mountains. Holy crap. So now
Yeah.
it's like now you get to choose your mountains, right? Like, okay, those are low level mountains. Like, what mountains do you really want to climb? And at the end of your life, what mountains are you proud of, right? So being disciplined, having goals, and actually sticking to them and being 1% better, that's the biggest thing. I don't even know if I can tell you anything different. Like, it's really set out. Like, it's such a like I think you told me that like once you realize that like it's so simple, like what else do you need? It's like
It's
just
like
really believing it, maybe. I don't know.
well, it's like I kind of like, dude. It's like the simple stuff. Like humans and us as in general, we always want to overcomplicate things. And like honestly, you have to keep things simple because like business, life, anything in general is very complex, right? And so the more simple you can make a system, like you're already going to be like against all odds in terms of trying to make it grow because everything's going to be fight against you to kind of bring you back down to like a neutral standpoint or come back to zero. And so you need it very simple and just do the simple things over and over and over again. The thing is, a lot of people like get bored with the simple shit. I think of like, dude, the boring work, that's the work that like gets you going. Right, it should fire you the fuck up. Like when I start doing some boring work overall, like does it suck? Yeah, but there's a part of me, there's a time frame when it just kind of clicks where I'm like, yeah, but like no one's gonna want to do this work this much for this long on the off days, on like at night, right? In the morning. This is the work that's gonna drive it forward. And that to me fires me the fuck up. So I guess for you, Jericho, right? If you could like go back to the day before you started the program, I guess what advice would you give yourself knowing what you know now?
What if it works? I would ask myself like, yeah, what if it doesn't? But like, no, but what if it did? Right? You could hit those goals. I know it sounds insane, but what if, And I think like somebody believing in you, like especially like a stranger, it matters so much more, than the people that you're with. Because your friends might not believe in you. The people you grew up with might not believe in you. But like, what if though, Like what if it could happen? And I think that's a risk that I was willing to take at that time because there was no more waiting. My baby was about to be born in April. It was December at that time. I had like what, 4 months left. It's like we have to go now. And honestly, like everything in my life, like it turned out to be, it just aligned, And I think that I'm in this different level of thinking now where I can, like, the way my mind works is everywhere, but once it has a target, it's laser focused. Now I'm like, I'm hearing the noise and I'm just like, it doesn't matter to me no more. Like the fear, it's like, well, that fear will help me with this. Or like this mistake happened, well, that mistake will help me growing with this. Everything in life is meant to happen. Like I believe in God's like I believe in God and I believe everything happens for a reason. You don't have to believe in God, but if you believe that things happen for a reason, then there's no reason for you to like think, oh, I'm just bad luck. No, dude, like that mistake was meant to happen because you were supposed to grow and you failed. You failed because that thing that you're supposed to learn from is gonna happen again and again and again because you stop. It's like Mario. He keeps failing at the same place. It's like, bro, maybe you're supposed to hold the jump button longer, or maybe you're supposed to go faster. I needed someone to tell me, hey, bro, I believe in you, and this is the goal. Let's do it. And that's what I needed, and that's what I got in this program. So
Yeah, well, I think I'm pretty sure I always told you since day one, Jericho. Like I always believed in you. I always saw like into like the greatness that was in you in terms of just like scaling the business up. I knew you were just like I remember the first time I even talked to you overall. Like I just remember like the energy you brought. Right, I was like, God,
bro,
that guy.
it took me
he's just
6
bouncing
months.
off the walls.
It took me 6 months to talk to you.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know.
I did 3 months with my coach, my CSM, and then I was like 3 months. I was like a month in with the baby coming, so I took a month off, and then I was just on my own, and I was just like, who do I talk to now? No one did an offboarding, like.
Yeah.
And then when I did the offboarding, they're like, dude, you're making too much money. Like, you need to go talk to Daniel. And then you're like, you need to raise your prices. And I said, yes, sir. But yeah, dude. So right from the jump, I'm like, dude, I was so scared to talk to you. I don't know why. It's because like, maybe people are scared to talk to me, but baby, I'm just really friendly. I don't think you're friendly, but you I think you're just very you don't take BS and that's good. But I think people get really scared from that. I don't know. It's like I don't get scared from that.
Bullshit. Probably because they bullshit. No, but like to me, it's just like I'm just like when I'm on a call and I'm working with somebody, I'm like dialed in and locked in. Like I'm like listen to everything, going through everything in my head, like looking at things. I'm just like just information. I'm here to not be your friend. I'm here to get you a result.
Dude, I think people can't comprehend there's people like that,
Yeah.
Especially like at one point you were just a regular person like me. Like at one point I'm still a regular person. And no matter what, we're still gonna be regular people. Maybe we're an upper echelon of like, because financially, whatever. But like at the end of the day, like you're just a person. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all just people. So like, what makes us different from someone who's like Steve Jobs or like someone who's like they were regular people too. Like what if, bro? Like you could do it too. If you really wanted to. And I think some people just don't want like their fear is greater than their want. For me, it's
Yeah.
like it's a life or death, bro. It's either I fail and my kids like, you know what I mean, or I succeed and my kids are happy. So for me, I love my kids way too much. I don't have kids, but
Absolutely.
like my future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I got one last question for you, Jericho. And I want you to talk to that barbers on the other side of the screen who might be in a similar situation like yourself that they were last year, stuck, like might be doing good financially well for themselves, but like behind closed doors, they know they're not doing good. And what's your message to that person overall?
If you need help, if you're a barber and you're working a lot and you're spending more time in the business than on the business, you need help. And time goes by so quick. You need your time back as a barber. We can make a lot of money behind the chair, but bro, like, would you rather spend that time like there or with your family or with your loved ones or vacation? Like, I was drowning, and it was great because you have a lot of money, but bro, like lock in and like the only way to lock in this barber industry is to like increase your value, increase your clientele, like solve problems for people and make people find you valuable. And the only way to increase your value is to invest in yourself. When you join the program, you're gonna realize like, holy crap, like why didn't I join this sooner? And it's scary to drop, because nothing's free in life. Obviously, when you invest in yourself, you're spending money to invest in yourself. But bro, it's so much the value that you're gonna gain if you really wanted to. Like if you actually accept it and say, you know what, okay, this is the reality of my business. They're gonna assess that, and this is what's gonna happen. And really, like, oh my gosh, that fear. Don't let that fear stop you from like pulling the trigger. Because honestly, I was so close to not. If my baby wasn't born, I probably would not be in this program. But bro, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Do it. Dude, you know what I mean? Because there's so many people that need help, but we're just afraid to ask for it. So I'm telling you, if you're listening to me, I'm a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? And we all need help. We're here to help. You know what I'm saying? So get some help, brother. Yeah, that's it, bro.
Phenomenal. I loved it. I loved it. And Jericho, before we hop off, dude, number one, I want to just say, show my appreciation and just say thank you overall. I know, dude, first of all, for those of you listening, like, of course, Jericho has a family. Jericho has a freaking life. He also has a really great business. It's freaking it's almost 5 p.m. Eastern time. I know you're in Houston, but it's later in the day, right? Probably could be like dinner time on not Christmas Eve, but on New Year's Eve. This guy should be out with his family, and instead he went ahead and scheduled a call to go ahead and hop on here, be able to do a customer interview. Jericho, I really want to thank you for that, dude. Like, it really meant a lot to me. I thought it was a mistake, and I was like, all right, we're gonna try to see if he hops on. And dude, I really want to say I appreciate you for hopping on. It's been really a fun and enjoyable process working with you, seeing you grow, seeing you develop as an individual, as a young man. Because at the end of the day, dude, I remember that very first call again, too, when you hopped on, very first time, you're just like all excited and a bundle of energy. And like, there's nothing better again to when I get to open up Slack, see a message from you, I get to work with you one-on-one, and really just see continue to grow. And for me, I really think again too, we should be focused on right now for you. I'm really excited to get you to 30K a month and beyond that point, because I think you have a lot of growth left in you, especially again to just for December, you hit 20K per month. But I really just want to give you your flowers, dude. I know you have created great impact, especially in Houston, Texas as well too. Obviously, you're from Chicago, like you talked about before. I just want to really say thank you for hopping on this interview on this day. I want to thank your family as well too, and your wife for at least allowing you to spend at least an hour of your time with us as well too, dude.
For sure. Thank you so much. And you as well. I mean, you inspire me to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Knowing your schedule, knowing that you're this type of breed, I'm like, that's so inspiring. You know what I'm saying? And my goal is not to change anybody, but my goal is to change, like to inspire everybody. You know what I mean? To lead by example. And I think that you're doing that, especially like you are always, you're always here. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that a lot, bro. Like at first I was intimidated. I'm still am in a way, but like I realized, like, dude, you actually have a genuinely good heart, and I feel like that's sometimes what people. I think people need to see that you actually care about helping people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just me, because I feel like some people might think like, oh, he just you guys just don't understand. Like Daniel's a good guy, guy. I just
Yeah.
want to tell you that. You know what I mean? Like, because people might see, people might see the
Yeah.
videos and stuff, but bro, you generally, you're a good dude, and you generally have a great team around you, and I'm sure that you handpicked each one, and each one of these people are great people, and I'm so happy to be part of the program, and I'm so happy to be like kind of be the one kind of telling people to, hey, come on, because there's good people here. We're not
Yeah.
the money is a tool, barbering is a tool, but we're here to grow. That's it. So much love to everybody in the team, and much love to you, and happy New Year's to everyone and people watching here, and I'll see you on the
Dude,
program, man. I'll see y'all there.
dude, you know what? Like honestly, you made my day. I'll
Your
like get
year.
to it. Like
No.
for me, I always have this is me transparently speaking as well too. I always have an issue taking in praise or anything like that when somebody gives that to me. But it made me feel really warm and actually made me feel really good. The fact that you really appreciate my team as well too, because I don't think they get recognized enough at all. I already know that as well too. Like they do so much, and the fact that you even think that as well too, very highly of them. I really appreciate.
It's a reflection on you because you chose them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I believe you have the strongest team and the greatest team in the world, bro. So God bless your business, you know what I'm saying? And I'm excited to grow with you, man. We're going to get it.
One more thing, Jericho. Before we end off, I better see you here in Miami when we do an in-person event.
Dude, that'd be
Give that to me.
sick.
Can you give that to me at least?
We'll do it. Business expense.
We'll make it. We'll make it happen for you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Jericho, thank you so much.